majority is Islam din. And Vietnam, big percentage, atheist. So dialogue with atheism, dialogue with other religions, and dialogue with the secular culture, these are the challenges we face as priests.
Yeah. But isn't it in Malaysia, even in Indonesia, because of this vast number of Islam, there is this Christian persecution that is happening? Are the Jesuits have this kind of problem there?
As far as I know, Indonesia, we have a very good relationship with authorities of with the government, no? The Islamic government. In fact, many of the students who come to our universities come from Muslim communities because they appreciate our education, the quality education we give them. So in fact, we have opened a center in Indonesia where Muslim students, Muslim scholars can come to do research. So in that way, by providing that service, it's already a way of hospitality.
Reaching out to them through dialogue,
yes,
through peaceful coexistence. Yes.
Because these problems about violence, these are problems created by fundamentalist groups. But the majority, we don't encounter such problems.
How about in the Pacific? Because Pacific are much more smaller. So what kind of problem you encounter, especially the Jesuit there? Because I'm sure this is more missionary, really.
Yes, yeah. Like we have a Jesuit presence in Micronesia, no? in the Pacific. That's in the area of the Pacific Ocean, yes. And then mainly again education and formation, because especially the islands, no? they're too far from each other. So we try to provide quality education in these areas.
So Asia Pacific is considered one continent, right? And we have 5 continents.
Yes.
So can't you say that your continent is more, is growing and then developing so much, and that vocation is much more open and much more, widening in comparison with other continents? Yeah,
in comparison with other continents, Asia Pacific is dynamic and positive. No, we have vocations, at least not as many as you want, but it's steady. It's steady, and then because of its multicultural dimension, so it's very enriching. No, because then you are really forced to listen. First is you have to listen to different cultures. So that's very challenging for us, and in a way, very very exciting. No, as a missionary field. So there's so much life there because we're a minority in Asia Pacific in comparison with other religions. Siguro mga less than siguro mga 0.5% na siguro yung Catholics in Asia Pacific. We are a minority. So we are in a way placed in a position of humility. Now we are not there to kind of push them or conquer them, but in a position of humility and as a listener, and that is the attitude of Christ, no? As a person who, the one who listens, the one who is in solidarity with people, no? Different peoples, different cultures. So that's our context in Asia Pacific. So it's the biggest in terms of area. Yes. It's the most diverse culturally with so many languages. Yes. So. That's it, because part of my area is Korea, for example. Korea.
This is another.
They have Cambodia also. That's also part of East Asia.
So it's very different because some of these majority are Buddhists,
yes.
Diba? And some of the majority are Islam. So talagang very diverse, diba? No wonder talaga, Father JQ, your mind is really focused. Hindi ka ba nalilito na ang report mo after reading one report, another report, because I'm sure you write a lot, you also make a lot of report. And it's not something very easy. That's why ayaw ka siguro pakawalan dito, di ba? Although the country needs you, pero sa nakikita ko, maybe your expertise, your patience, kailangan ka rin dito kasi di pa nga nakakanonize si Pedro Calunzo, di ba? So talaga, Father JQ, really, ang Jesuit really has a very, very important role to play in the world, no? Now I can understand why your Father Nicholas, the Superior General is being consulted by His Holiness because of your vast experience, vast contact, and then your missionary streak in all of you at the same time, very intellectual. You have many saints to emulate, no? di ba? Aside from St. Ignatius Loyola, nakita mo how he struggled, di ba? Tapos sino pa yung
St. Francis Xavier. The latest one was Blessed De Hoyos.
De Hoyos,
yeah,
imagine.
he died as a young priest and he was just beatified some weeks ago.
Oh, napakaganda talaga. Dapat another episode tayo, Father JQ, no? So magbabalik po ang Power to Unite.
I'm very thankful for this interview with Ma'am Elvira. No, this was really unexpected, and she asked me to give a message about this experience of the Year for Priests. I was just struck with that phrase coming from Saint John Marie Vianney, that the priesthood is the love of the heart of Jesus. So the heart as the symbol of the heart of Jesus is a symbol of the priesthood. And here I see three things. No, the heart of Jesus challenges us in terms of interiority, intimacy, and identity. First, interiority. No, the heart is the interior symbol of God's love. So the Year for Priests invites us to a serious reflection about our spiritual life, our inner life. And that is the interior, no, kaloob-looban. Yung sabi nga na the heart of Jesus, kaloob-looban ng Diyos. So the Year for Priests invites me personally to reflect on my experience of the priesthood. 17 years na rin akong pari. So so it's an interior invitation for me. Second, it's intimacy. No? The heart of Jesus, symbol of love, and Jesus invites me to have this close relationship with Him, a closer identification with Him. I can only deepen my identity as a priest with closer intimacy with Jesus. Without this intimacy, I am nothing. As Jesus said, without me, you are nothing. No, I am the vine, you are the branches. And I see my priesthood as a participation of the priesthood of Jesus. So this relationship of intimacy, which I only experience in prayer, is very important. And then the third is identity. No? As an ordained priest, my identity is tied to Christ as the head of the church. So I am called to participate in the life of the church as a priest, to sanctify the people of God, to build up the community of God, and to teach the Word of God, to be a witness to the Word of God, the Gospels. So in a way, this interview in this beautiful chapel where we have the communion of saints and the Trinity reminds me of that identity, you know, that as a priest, I am a servant of the Word, I am a servant of Jesus, and I can only grow in my identity as a priest as long as I am connected with Christ, the love of God in our midst.
Nakakatuwa po ang pinag-usapan namin ngayon ni Father JQ, diba? At nalaman po natin na ang Jesuit pala ang siyang pinakamalaking congregation for priesthood, especially for men, no? So, gaano kahalaga ang kanilang mga ginagawa na tunghayan po natin, diba? In fact, they are now facing a big challenge kung saan po talaga ang evangelization or evangelizing China is really one of their mission here. Kasi po talagang very missionary sila at accepted po sila sa iba't ibang bansa. Narinig po ninyo maraming problema na encounter nila, pero bakit kaya nakakayanan nila at hanggang ngayon buhay na buhay pa sila? Because andun po yung pagmamahal nila at nakita natin kung paano impluensya ng kanilang founder si St. Ignatius Loyola and even St. Francis Xavier, no, na ginaguide sila. Lalo na kay Father Quilongquilong, I agree with him, tatlong ay pong sinabi niya that you should really, one of the interiorizing yourself with the love for Jesus. At the same time, nakita po niya meron din identity, di ba? Dapat ma-identify din natin sarili natin. Hindi lang pala makaparian. It's also a call to all the lay people. You should really identify yourself and feel the and experience the love of God and intimacy. And I think this intimacy is really the most important of all, because if you can feel your love, you know, for Jesus, and then at the same time you can feel you are really like a child, like a son, like a daughter to them. So sana dito sa episode natin, pag nalaman ninyo andun yung pagmamahal niya, suklian naman din natin ang tamang pagmamahal. With the Year of the Priest, this is not only dedicated to the priest but also to the lay people, especially the family. Let us always unite for the sake of our country, whether you are in Asia, in Africa, or America. It's a call for all of us to work. Let's have this power to unite, to conquer, and let have peace in this world. Sana nagustuhan po ninyo itong episode namin dito sa Power to Unite sa Vatican.